Hello and welcome back to another gear review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Vango compact gas stove. So there are currently lots of different compact gas stoves out on the market, and compact stoves are brilliant for taking on wild camps, camping trips, day hikes, multi-day hikes, or any outdoor activity where you're going to be wanting to boil some water, cook some food. That's what they're great for. So what I'll do with this stove is I'll quickly run you through some of the specs, and then we'll test it out by boiling some water. We'll see how much gas it uses, and we'll see how well it performs and how quickly it boils water. So as I said, it's the Vango compact stove. And the outdoor company Vango, they make some fantastic outdoor gear, and they're especially known for making high quality gear at an affordable price. So like I said, lots of Vango products are very affordable, and that's one of the main reasons why I picked this stove today, because it is a budget stove. It only cost me £12.50 from Millets, and that was on a sale, and I think on the Vango website you can pick it up for £17. I'll leave links in the descriptions to both websites, but you're probably best just going online and Googling it, because it's always coming up on sale at various outdoor retailers. So when the stove gets delivered, it'll come in this little orange box, which the stove fits into really nicely, and the lid just pops on really easily. And what I like about that is it's going to protect my stove from getting knocked around and thrown around in my bag. And also, I quite like how it's a bright colour, because I'm always losing stuff in my pack, so I'm not going to miss this in my bag. So the stove itself, it weighs 102 grams, so it's really nice and lightweight, so it's going to be perfect at keeping your pack weight down. And the kind of build of the stove, it's a collapsible stove, so it folds in and out. So these arms here, which is where you rest your cooking apparatus on, they fold out really nicely like so. And then we've got this little handle here, which is the gas output adjuster. So when you turn it to the left, the gas output will increase, and that's how you'll increase the power of the flame. Another really nice feature that I like, it's got these three little things here, which they've called the burn baffles. And what they essentially do is they are going to protect your flame from wind, so that the wind isn't going to blow out your flame. So if the wind was coming in this direction, for example, this side of the flame here and here should be protected by this baffle here. So that's a really nice feature. So if you're up on the hills in bad conditions, it's blowing a gale, the burn baffles will protect your flame, and you'll still be able to cook and boil water. And these foldable arms, they're great because once you've finished with your stove, you can simply fold them back up and they'll fit in the box really nicely. And also, if you didn't want to take the box, if you wanted to really save space and weight, folding them up creates this like really nice compact little cooking system, so they can just be slotted into a pocket and you won't even know it's there. And lastly, at the bottom here is the valve. You place it onto your butane propane gas canister, and it simply screws on like so. And then fold your arms out and you're ready to go. So what I'll do now is I'll unscrew this, I'll weigh the gas canister and see how much gas is in there, so then that way we can see how much it uses to boil the water. And I'll fill this up with 2 mugs worth of water, and we'll see how long it takes to boil. So at the moment, the gas canister weighs exactly 200 grams. So we'll weigh that again at the end of the video and we'll see how much gas it's used. So I filled this up with 2 mugs of water. I thought I'd do 2 mugs just because when you're camping, that's roughly about usually what you'd be boiling to brew up, etc. And we'll get this lit and we'll see how long it takes to boil the water. I'm going to time it on my phone, and then at the end we'll see how much gas it's used. So to light the stove, you literally just turn the gas adjuster. Right, so we'll get the water on now. That fits on nicely. And we'll hit start and we'll see how long it takes. So it seems to be quite a powerful flame, seems to be going really nicely. Seems to be running really smoothly. And I think one negative you may find with something like this is the actual arms, they're not super wide. So, you know, if you've got a bigger pot on or a bigger frying pan, it's a much higher risk of falling over than if you were to have a stove which has a wider arm system. And another negative with some of these stoves, which a lot of people have a bit of a gripe with, is that they're very top heavy. So, you know, you've got all your weight up here and the base of the stove is only this small gas canister. So when you're using it outdoors, you do really need to find somewhere that is super flat, and obviously that isn't always possible when you're in the outdoors. One way to resolve that is you can buy off the internet these little plastic legs which fit underneath the gas canister, and that gives it a much more stable base, and I'll leave a link to one of them in the description. So we've nearly hit the 3-minute mark and the water looks to be come very close to boiling. Say that's as good as boiling. I'll just stop the stopwatch. 3 minutes 13. So, as you can see, it took 3 minutes and 13 seconds to boil roughly 2 mugs of water, which I'm pretty impressed with. That's not bad at all. But if you're out on a walk or camping, you know, 3 minutes of just taking in the view or whatever surroundings you're in, I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. So I think 3 minutes is a perfectly acceptable time to boil 2 mugs of water. So what I'll do now is I'll dismantle the stove and then I'll weigh the gas canister and see how much gas it used. So the gas canister now weighs 190 grams, meaning that it used just 10 grams of gas. So the gas canister weighed 190 grams, which means we only used 10 grams of gas, which means I could essentially boil that amount of water again 19 more times, which if I'm going on a multi-day hike or I'm doing a trip where I'm going to be boiling lots of water or cooking food, which means if I'm going on my own, I can just take this 200 gram gas canister and that's going to sort me out for the whole trip. And this weighs absolutely nothing at 200 grams. So along with the 100 gram stove, you've got yourself a 300 gram cooking system. Obviously the pots and that are going to weigh a little bit as well, but just for the actual gas and stove, 300 grams, I'm very, very happy with that. So yeah, that's the Vango compact stove. And overall, I'm really impressed with it, to be honest with you. Considering it just costs £12.50, I really can't see much wrong with it. It weighs only 100 grams, so it's not going to weigh my pat down. Boils 2 mugs of water in 3 minutes, and it only uses 10 grams of gas to boil those 2 mugs of water. And I know you can buy some really, you know, top-end, expensive gas stoves that are really efficient and really effective in boiling water in a much quicker time and a much higher efficiency rate. So if you're someone who's looking to go on their first wild camp or you're just getting into camping or walking and you want a cheap cooking system, then to be honest with you, this is the perfect gas stove for that. And I know with the year we've just had, the nightmarish year where we haven't been able to go camping, we haven't been able to spend as much time in the outdoors as we usually would. I know a lot of people at the moment are looking for good, cheap outdoor equipment. And if you're looking for a stove, then this is the perfect stove for you. And as always, let me know in the comments if you have any questions on this, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you've owned it and had experience with it, I'd love to hear your opinion on it, because I've only had this for a month or two. And also, if there's any other budget gas stoves out there that you really like, let me know, and I'll think about getting one and maybe doing a few more reviews on them. And as always, if you like my video, feel free to leave a thumbs up, it'll really help me out. And if you're liking all my content, click that subscribe button. Again, it will really help me out and keep motivating me to make these videos. And I keep on forgetting to mention that I also have an Instagram account and a Facebook page, and I'll leave them in the description. So if you want to see more outdoor content from me, go check them out, give them a follow. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Just a couple more weeks now, we can explore a bit further. So keep positive, keep getting outside, exploring your local area, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.